let's bring on Kirk Evans now. He's a seasoned basketball bettor, as seen live on the Monday edition of Circle Back. And to give him credit, he might be right about the Green Bay Packers. Kirk, how's it going?
I like how your opinion changes like every 2 minutes. You lose one game, now I'm right about the Packers.
No, well, you know what? Listen, I gave you flack last week, so I want to give you credit this week. I'm like going back and forth. If you want, I could give you flack about the New York Liberty. Do you want me to do that instead?
I didn't understand what that comment was. I don't have any bets on the New York Liberty. I was cheering extremely hard for Phoenix.
Did you know? Am I? Listen, chat. Maybe you can help me. Am I misremembering you saying if Stewie plays, you like their futures? And I clicked, and she played. And then I clicked.
I guess. All right. I don't even. I guess so. That was a pretty it was pretty logical. Like.
You're flustered. It's okay.
Of advice. Like I wasn't like some big Liberty future holder. I didn't even have the bet.
Wow. All right. Well, you're exposing yourself here on the show. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just razzing you a little bit. I would say we're friends. So I'm going to do this stuff with you. Just like how Jeff Feinberg, I don't know if you watched the show last night, ran me over with a car, then backed up and ran me over again, just ripping on me the whole time. But it is what it is. We're going to talk WNBA stuff. But before we do, I want to have a quick little NBA discussion. You wanted to specifically talk about the MVP award. So, I mean, the floor is yours. Share your opinions. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty interesting market this year. I think Jokic and Shea hold like 80% of the equity, honestly. I think I probably am a bit lower on Luka than market. I think Luka, like every year we kind of do with Luka. He has a chance to win. He puts up crazy stats, but he gets hurt. He takes some time off, take some time off with injury, or he just stops trying for a few weeks. The vibes for the Lakers are, to me, just okay. So I think I've been kind of pretty consistent that Luka's overpriced in this market for the last 3 years. And I kind of think that again. And then I think the long shot or medium long shot is Wemby, who there's a lot of reasons why Wemby won't win this award, but at the same time, he might be the greatest player in basketball history, and if he is that, then he could definitely win. I'm actually live reacting to the MVP because I'm not sure if I checked it out on Fanduel. I did not realize the odds were plus 150 for Shea.
Yeah, plus 150 for Shea, Jokic plus 350, Doncic plus 380. You mentioned Victor Wembanyama, 12-1. Let's talk through Wembanyama and let's talk through this award a little bit. Is it kind of similar to the NFL MVP where it's almost like a pseudo team wins award? Your team has to win a ton of games, be one of the top two in their conference for you to even have a shot at this award? Or is there potential for a player whose team lands in that 4, 5, 6 spot to win?
So I wouldn't say it's a hard and fast rule. I would say that's probably more strict in the NFL, but it's pretty similar. Unless no one else really has a really tier 1 MVP season, and then Westbrook won it. I think they were the 6th seed. But definitely the vast majority of the time you're going to be the 1 or 2 seed in your conference. So yeah, Wemby, the nice thing is obviously if he is actually just the best player in the league, they're going to win a lot of games. I'm not sure I'm convinced that that's what's going to happen, but I'm a company man, so I won't say look for better prices elsewhere, but if you got really long odds, I think he holds more than 7-8% equity in the market with just potential to be the best player to ever play basketball.
All right, I love that. I love how you said I'm not going to say it, but you ended up saying it anyways. That was a weird.
I didn't say it.
You
didn't say it. I would also never say that there are better prices for Shea and market, and maybe consider those prices. Right. I would not say that.
Good tap dancing there. I have a question for you about a little bit further back. On the board here. Kevin Durant, 50-1. Any opinions on that? I was talking to Jacob a little bit about this before the show. He seemed to like it. If there was a number on the board that he would click. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Jacob. But would you consider
of
clicking?
the players on that list, the one I was most interested in was definitely Kevin Durant.
All right, so Kevin Durant 50-1. Talk us through it, Kirk.
My opinion is that bet is ever so slightly better than Baker Mayfield Offensive Player of the Year, which is terrible.
All right. Well, you know what? You got to sometimes swing for the fences, and if you really want to take some terrible bets,
let me say my reasoning. So obviously the biggest factor is health. Kevin Durant's got to play enough games to get there, but I think the Lakers are overrated, and I think that the Rockets are very realistically a top 3 seed, and if the season goes well enough for Kevin Durant to win MVP, he's a top 2 seed, and if Kevin Durant helps keep the Rockets as that high of a seed, I think he's absolutely in the conversation. So 50-1 to me seems a little bit further than what I think it could be.
Kirk, you good with that? Like any response to that? Like the case? No?
I just don't even think Kevin Durant's anywhere close to an MVP level player at this point. I just pulled it up. He's received MVP votes 2 of the last 7 years, where he was 9th in MVP and 10th in MVP. He's just not in the same stratosphere as Jokic or Shea, and he's only 50-1. If we want to run through some long shots, I could go through a couple that I don't think are good, but that are better than Durant at 50.
Just rattle them off quickly.
Donovan Mitchell at 80. I would definitely. This is just to be clear. This is better than Durant at 50-1, in my opinion. I wouldn't bet these.
Okay.
Mitchell at 80-1. Embiid at 150, but he's not gonna win. And then the long shot that I honestly think is good at 350-1, but it's 350-1 is Kawhi, who remains an unbelievably good player when he's on the floor, and if he gets some injury luck, he is probably around a top 5 player when he's healthy. So if he kind of had the perfect season, the Clippers I'm quite high on win 63 games, and for whatever reason Shane and Jokic missed time, I could see it. Again, it's 350-1, but that's one I would at least consider.
Is that baking in a potential suspension for him based on this Pablo Torre?
He's not getting suspended, man.
I think he might get suspended next season.
Okay.
They seem to not want to suspend him right now.
Yeah, wait until after the All-Star game in the Clippers arena. All right, let's talk some WNBA stuff here. I'm just feeling my forehead. I think I might have a little bit of Cinderella fever. Do you feel the same way about this Fever team? They're playing the Aces tonight. Kelsey Mitchell in Game 1 dropped in a 34 burger, leading them to a Game 1 victory. What are your thoughts on this Fever Aces game, and do you have a little bit of the Indiana Fever?
I actually have a very big position on Vegas tonight.
Okay.
Company man. I actually still would bet this at -8.5 on Fanduel. That line is not available anywhere else on the market.
Okay.
I imagine the limits are honestly pretty big right now. So yeah, I would take that 8.5 -112 on Fanduel right now. Look, the Fever could win the series. Don't get me wrong, but I just 8.5 is too cheap. They closed, I think, 9 last game. Now this is essentially a must-win. Vegas pretty much cannot lose this game. They can't go down 0-2 going into Indiana. So I think there's a lot of zigzag here that's not really being accounted for. So Aces -8.5. I don't know if we have official bets here, but official bet.
All right, locked it in. I'm putting it beside Kawhi Leonard 350-1 to win MVP and Donovan Mitchell 80-1.
No,
I'm kidding. But yeah, they're taking around to win $4,000 on 4,000 Canadian at -112 at -8.5, depending on your account, of course. And it just moved to 115. Good job, Kirk. People respect you. I don't, but people do. Let's talk Mercury and Lynx. You talked a little bit about how you felt like the zigzag wasn't being priced in enough on some of these games. Lynx -7 right now, -112 on the spread. Totals at 158.5. Do you like the look there? Do you feel like that spread is in the correct spot in terms of the zigzag, or do you maybe like slightly lean towards the Mercury at 7?
No, I've got no position here.
Okay.
I think this is priced pretty well. I really am cheering for Phoenix, so I hope they win. That's the team I have a very big future position on. They were up 7.5 last game and lost. I think this is going to be a competitive series. I think this will be a good game, but I think that this is a pretty fair price.
Okay. Chat is asking if you have any finals MVP. Oh, I don't know if that was for NFL or WNBA, but let's just do for the WNBA. Any finals MVP looks for the WNBA?
Let me take a look at the odds.
I can just quickly rattle it up.
The question was for NBA, by the way.
It was for NBA?
That was the timing, yeah.
Well,
for NBA?
all right.
Okay, we can do NBA. I would rather that because WNBA is honestly not interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be Fee, Asia,
Yeah.
or Alyssa Thomas, and then if the Fever end up winning, it'll probably be Mitchell, maybe Leah Boston, but that's not that interesting. All right, finals MVP.
Go ahead, Kirk, but it was for WNBA.
Oh my god.
It was for WNBA. Okay.
But you answered but you did answer
WNBA, it's going to be like pretty much if you want to take one of those teams, probably just take
their best player.
Yeah. Like I don't really think that like Fee lock, Asia will be a lock if those are the teams that win, and then Phoenix maybe, but I honestly think Alyssa is just would very much win it.
Okay. All right. Let's rattle off some NBA Finals MVP as well. While we have you here.
So this is not really something I've looked at too much, but I'm a big fan of Cleveland, as you guys know.
Of course. So,
Donovan Mitchell at plus 950, I probably would just rather take Cleveland to win the championship. But Mobley at 30-1 is a bit interesting because you get some nice correlation between like if the Cavs make it to the finals, Mobley could have easily taken another leap. So, I wouldn't say I'm going to click it, but like definitely something I would consider. And then once again, I think the league would hate it, but I don't hate Kawhi 25-1, honestly. That's not very interesting to me. But Ivica Zubac, who is the most underrated player in the NBA right now and is a true all-star level, maybe all-NBA level player at this point, 175-1. The guy is unbelievable. And I think the Clippers are due for a spectacular year. So, I wouldn't hate it.
All right, Jacob, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, that one I'm struggling with. The other one's okay. This one, I'm struggling.
Yeah,
I agree that
it's pretty tough for him to actually win, but he is just really good. I think the Clippers are alive.
I agree he is criminally underrated, but I don't think this is the market to exploit that.
Yeah, it'd be tough for him to win. That's a fair point.
All right. Well, Kirk, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you sharing your knowledge here. Appreciate you giving out that the Aces -8.5 right there live on the show. Hopefully, some people in the chat got it. One in the chat, if you were able to scoop that up. Kirk, I think you'll be back next week, so we'll talk next week. Or we'll actually, we'll see you Monday live on Circle Back. So, Kirk, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Monday.
Absolutely. Later, guys.
All right. See you, Kirk.